Hey, that was quick. Welcome to Dirty Tooth Radio. I'm Fred Hawthorne, and we got Latasha.
Hello.
What's your last name, Latasha?
Bradley.
Oh, Latasha Brown. You know, I wrote my, may not be in relation to you, but I wrote my senior project in college on Mayor Tom Bradley.
Oh, really?
Do you know who that is?
I know who it is, but
You
no
probably wasn't out
relation.
here back then. He was the
not.
mayor. I think he was a 4-term mayor, 16 years out here in California. So anyways, we have an exciting show. Just so that you know, Roselle won't be in this week. She's on vacay in Miami. But if you want to keep up with her, she's posting half-naked pictures on Instagram and Facebook. So it's Roselli with an E or a 3. I don't know, somewhere like that. Or if you got to pull up, or if you got to pull up some pictures of Roselle in Miami if you get a chance throughout the show. And but we have a show. It's kind of delicate in topic, but pragmatic in conversation. I would suggest. Black women in America. What I say? Big weaves and bigger attitudes, you know, and you know what the irony of it is that when I posted it, 4 or 5 women, they wouldn't post their comments publicly.
Yeah.
They sent me messages about on private messages on Facebook saying, "Oh, you're one of the black men that hate black women," but when in actuality, I'm the exact opposite. I used to be a connoisseur of black women, but now I'm in yeah, really, right? Yeah, you wouldn't believe that, right? But now I'm like an advocate of black women. But
but you're not married to one.
no, she's Japin chai.
Okay.
It just sounds cool like that, right? Japin chai, right? It sounds like a drink, right? That you get from Starbucks.
Oh, I thought Jap was like a negative thing to say.
Well, I say it to her. I mean, I'm Japin chai. It sounds cool. Japin chai. You don't think it sounds like something you spend $4.50 on at Starbucks? That you get from a barista? No.
No.
No. So how was your week? Before we jump into everything good,
Everything's great. You know,
you got fans on the show now. One of my I'll shout her out. You have a viewer named James. I love Latasha. She's so honest. I think she called you Lulu too. Yeah, that's right. Lulu.
That's my Instagram name.
Oh, yeah. She's so honest. She's so honest. So, but we more than welcome to have. Like I said, you have an open door policy whenever you want to come in, and I thank Corey for introducing you to me. So let's jump into the topic. So
Let's do it.
why I came up with this idea was I saw a picture on 2 prongs. I saw a picture on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And it had a 6-year-old girl, and it had 4 to 6-year-old girl, and her mother was putting a weave in her hair, right? And that kind of took me back for a bit. And then 2 prong is all the negative stereotypes that black women carry in America. Kind of, I think it bombards the perception of the reality of a black woman.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So I just want to clear the air because I innately believe that the black woman's uterus is the cradle of civilization. Like I believe that, like they say we come from Africa, but I believe that first humans on Earth were of African descent. Mm-hmm. And I may be biased because I am black, but I just ultimately believe that.
No, there was a study done that found that to be true. So that's probably where you got it.
Yeah, you're summa cum laude, so you have all the information on
what
that.
What can I say?
Yeah, so but 2, I want to talk about like current times, and I'm falling off the current times, and just relationships between black man and black woman and the rest of America. But I'll let you introduce. I mean, like, what do you think the perception is of black women in America?
I think that the perception is it's usually always a negative connotation with it. Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter is that there are going to be, you know, these people who carry stereotypes, mm-hmm. as there is in every culture. Mm-hmm. But I think as black women, there aren't enough positive examples to counteract the negative. Mm. And that's the thing that I have a problem with. And as far as, you know, black men not having a black woman preference, mm-hmm. a lot of the times the reason behind it is based on some of those stereotypes, weaves, bad attitudes, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is you can find an educated black woman who doesn't wear a weave, who doesn't make her necessarily less attractive, because a lot of other races wear weaves too. Kim Kardashian got one. I mean, so it's not like we're the only people who do it.
So can you give like primary examples that you've had with conversations, would you say from exes or boyfriends or just people in general, like exact examples?
Well, none of the guys I date, because I don't really know how that works because I'm black.
Okay.
So none of the guys that I date have ever said anything to me like, about negatively about black women. To me, not to say they don't, but they don't say it to me. But I have a really good one of my girlfriends. She only dates black men. So I always tell people, like, whenever I'm hanging out with her, I'm always going to places where there are white girls and black guys who like white girls. So I'm like the ugly friend.
Oh, you said that. I remember you said that. Yeah. And you're far from ugly, I must say. Go to her Instagram. What is it? Lulu, whatever. I don't know what it is. 19. I got the 19 right? Yeah, you're never in college.
So anyways, for example, one of this guy who she dates, who she was dealing with for a extended amount of time, he would tell her and her other non-black friends that black girls smell funny. And
did you ask them what did they smell like?
He never said
Fish?
it to me directly, and she
Fried
told
chicken?
me
Somebody out there said that, so I thought that, so I just thought I said yams, macaroni and cheese. What does black women smell like?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. Yeah. Collard greens,
not yams,
red rice.
Right
What do they smell like?
I don't know. So, anyways,
barbecue. All right, go ahead.
I, like I said, I was instructed not to address it, but I found out later, like just learning more about this particular man, he hates his mother, who is a black woman. And I think that's where some of his disdain stems from. And a lot of times when people, completely don't date, are against something that they are, I think that it is separate than there's something wrong with that person. It's more along the lines, there's something wrong with you. Maybe you have some kind of underlying issue, which is involved, in my opinion. So,
speaking of origin of disdain, I actually called you at 3 o'clock. I was really excited to have this conversation with you. I'm like, ooh, you ready? You're in the red corner. I'm in the blue corner. Let's go. But what I was thinking about about the plight of black women in America, right? So since our origin in this country stems from racism and slavery, racism, however you want to. Okay, now the functions of slavery is as such: black woman gets separated from black man and is forced to be an ally / subservient to a white man, right? Then you have black man separated from black woman who is forced to be inferior to a white man. Now, when you have provide, protect, profess are the three major functions that a man must do in order to sustain a woman. Correct. So,
correct.
With that being in place, a black woman goes from, let's say, 1798 when the antebellum years began to 2013 current day. She goes from a white man that she cannot truly trust to now in inner city America, it's in the low 60% of fatherless homes. So the black woman in our history, in American history, has gone from an untrustworthy white man to a fatherless home. So my question is where does the distrust, trust, how does that flow in a black woman's brain?
To me, I think, and this is coming from somebody who does not have children, so let me just put that out there. I feel a lot of times, as far as the single parent situation is concerned, sometimes women are not necessarily making the right choices when they choose their baby's father. Now, there are always situations there are always exceptions. Like, people have you believe in something that is completely untrue, or you guys were married and then he just bounced. I don't know. There's always those situations. But I can see, like, from personal experience, my friends and things of that nature, there was I'm a bounce behavior before he actually
Absolutely.
bounced. So to me, it's kind of tough to say, like, and it's an endless cycle, and it's hard because so you grow up without having a father in your life, so you're willing to do more or accept more to have that, to have this stable thing. And maybe if I have this baby, he'll stay or whatever the case, or at least he'll have around, he'll come visit something. And he doesn't. So it's just like, I've made bad relationships decisions. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, but I just think as women, and not even exclusively to Black women, but as women, if you see this behavior, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. Yeah, because science proves energy can never be broken, only transferred. So if a woman is carrying this disdain, she has to ultimately become an aggressive protector of self.
Right.
So with that being said, how can she trust someone else?
I think that it's possible, but trust is earned, not given. So it's all about action, not even just the way people say. And I just had a conversation with one of my girlfriends about this earlier today, who was actually white, because she was dating this
You have
guy.
white friends?
I have 3 of them.
Three.
And they've been to my house. I let them use the bathroom, all of that.
You cooked for them?
No.
Oh, okay. Well.
But anyways, I was telling her, because she recently got divorced from her husband and she's been dating, and she was seeing this guy, and he was just like, she was like, he keeps telling me how he's basically falling in love with me, and he took me to this party and I met his friends and da-da-da. I was like, but when you text him, he don't text you back. When you call him, he don't call you back.
Right?
I was like, so that isn't, I was like, look, you guys just started dating. I didn't even discourage her from seeing him. I was like, but just take it easy. Just relax. Like, even though he's probably trying to say what you, trying to get you more involved. But the fact of the matter, his actions are a reflection of what he's saying. And I think most of the time, not all the time, with men, they're a little bit more easy to judge how they feel about you because they'll treat you
actions, right?
A certain way.
Yeah, men are so much more tactile. We got 3 seconds. We're coming back with Fred and Latasha. We're going to dig deeper. And since I got a Black woman at my disposal, I'm going to see how far I can dig. So we'll be back in
Here we go.
2 minutes. And we're going to get more into the social stereotypes and rap women in rap videos and how they're over-sexualized and, promiscuous, et cetera, et cetera. We'll try and dig more deeper in that. We'll come back in 2 minutes. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Number one. Number one.
Is that a stutter or as high as you can count?
I was ordering number one tequila.
Everybody's asking for number one.
Great, another fancy bottle.
These guys are true artists. Never compromise integrity. They make tequila
Come
the
on.
old-fashioned way. Never mass-produced.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying have the number one. Anything less is number two. Number one, tequila.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
So fast, man. I'm sitting there having a side conversation, talking to people on Facebook, and boom, there we go. It's time to get back. So we're gonna jump back into it. So tell me, let's get a bit light. We probably got some people out there crying, like, please go lighter. Anyways, but let's talk about like what's your stance on black women in rap videos?
I think that what do I just think in general?
Yeah, in general.
I think that it's not the rapper's fault. Like, they made a decision to be there, and like I said, it always goes back to the endless cycle, because the women are there because they want the attention of the rapper. They want the attention to be on television and this, that, and the third. And in addition to that, especially in society now, being somebody who slept with somebody famous, you can be famous for that.
Isn't that amazing? Like,
so they're just trying to hit a lick. Like, that's
I heard that in a long time. Well, Kim Kardashian hit the biggest lick of all time, pun intended. Like, she hit the.
She did.
Yeah.
She hit the
That sounded so disgusting. But she hit the biggest lick of all time. Like, she made a sex tape with Ray J, and boom, she married Kanye West.
Yes.
And 30 men was in between her. Ain't that the most amazing thing?
Isn't it crazy?
God.
She is such a slore. Like,
big time.
And I can't even believe it's okay. Like, and I think it's a big. If she was black, this would not be okay. Like, she would. There's no way that would fly at all.
You know,
she would not be on the cover of Cosmo.
You know, the funniest thing is, every time someone says something bad about black women, I always make reference to Kim Kardashian, the genesis of her career.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in order to be successful, see, here's what black women need to really understand. See, in order to be successful, you have to do it with a black man, because Ray J was a black man. So if you have,
well, I'm sure, but you probably need to do it with a white man. Because, no, I'm sure it wouldn't be. They'd be like, oh,
man,
she's a slut. But like, what?
Coming from a male, see, okay, I'm going to talk from a quote unquote nigger's perspective. Like, from a nigger's perspective, it appears that if he sees a black woman in the video, it's like, she's for dinner, right?
Right.
But from a higher order thinking, it's like they're perceiving these black women as these hypersexual creatures and a lack of substance up top. You get what I'm saying? And,
I do.
What that leads to is many perceptions. So if you see more black women in two-piece bikinis than two-piece suits, then you get, if you see more people in the bikinis, then the perceptions become reality. If you see more Condoleezza Rice's, more First Lady Michelle Obama's, then it kind of balances out, and then ultimately.
Right.
But how about, what's the thing with Daddy's Little Girl? Like, do you think that plays a huge role in a woman's growth?
I believe it does.
Because you had a relationship with your father.
I do. Me and my father are very close, and I was definitely a daddy's girl, big time. You know, I followed him around everywhere. He taught me how to play every single sport. I'm sure I'm completely obnoxious because of him. So, yeah, I have a great relationship with my father. However, like, I think that plays a big part for sure. I believe it does. But I have friends who have good relationships with their dad, and they still have some, like, self-esteem issues, which causes them to sometimes be promiscuous. So one of my girlfriends was saying that the reason why it's okay for white women to be promiscuous and not black women is because they just be like, they own it and they just don't care. And she was saying, like, with black women, we have more hang-ups with, you're not going to treat me like this, I don't need to look like this. And so it's more I can't think
taboo.
Well, it's less
unacceptable.
Yeah, it's not acceptable at all. But I don't really think that's true. Like, I think that I don't.
So basically, white women, okay, I'll be a slut for a couple of years, then I'm gonna get married. Yeah. But from a black woman, it's like, no, I'm not no bitch. I'm not no hoe. I'm not no
exactly.
slut.
I have a white friend I went to college with who she had slept with 3 of her husband's friends, and one of them was in the wedding. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine that.
So who's really the best man? right, Dad.
So and I
that's
think
like The Best Man. The movie is coming out November. I'm actually excited to see that.
I'm excited to see
November
it too.
15th, right?
Yeah. So it's just like some things are frowned upon and some aren't. So I don't know. I think that white women are held at a different standard than black women are.
Thank you for leading us to that. I vehemently believe that there's a difference in opinions, there's difference in truths, and difference, and more importantly, how people treat black women versus white women in America. I mean, real simple. Look at CNN, look at Fox News, look at how they portray black women. You rarely see a black woman in a lead role. They're always in a submissive, like on TV, they're always in a submissive stance to a white man. Like, even from the news to sports anchors, you rarely see a black woman as a news anchor. You always see her subservient to the white news anchor, to the white male sportscaster. You rarely see them in an empowering leadership role. Right. And that's subconsciously builds and builds and builds upon black America, and then more so black women. Now, my question is, what are the how do you dispel that? How do you fight that as a black woman?
It's difficult, like, because it comes from everywhere. I'll give you an example. I'm a yoga teacher.
Okay, let's preface you. You're a black woman. You're beautiful. You're summa cum laude, very athletic, and you speak well. What else?
I'm tall.
You're tall, but you have all these essential characteristics of a white woman. These are
a college degree.
Yeah, these are essential characteristics of a white woman. Like if you walk in with your application and your resume and hand it, I mean, if not on par, if not more, but when they see Latasha, they're like, oh shit, I'm not dealing with her attitude. You know?
See, it's funny because, and also I think sometimes that is because white people always think my name is Russian. Like they'll be like, oh, is that a Russian name? No, it's just made up. But so like I think it's different than LaShante. Like people, like I'm serious, and I'm not trying to be funny because like people will say, like black people are like, oh, your name is ghetto, da da da. But when I've worked in corporate America for 6 years, and people are like, oh, is that a Russian name? You know, so I don't know. Like, in addition, just to digress for 1 second, I went to a historically black school, and you know, black people are always like, well, I wouldn't want my kids to go there. I wouldn't go. I went to Alabama A&M University.
Alabama A&M. Okay,
go Bulldogs.
Okay.
So like they'll say like, oh, I don't want my kids going there because you know white people think da da da. White people don't know black school. Alabama A&M is the same as like, you know, Valley, Northern, Southern, what's his face that got a bunch of white people going. Like it's the same thing. Like, they don't know. They don't have
Salt
a
Lake
list.
City University.
Exactly. Like they don't know that they don't have a list
Utah
of,
University
of you know, historically black schools. And they're like, oh, there's one right there.
What? Well, every non-historical black college is historical white college. So what's the?
Like I said, that was a small digression. But back to my original story.
Go ahead.
I'm a yoga teacher now, and I was working with this facility that dealt with NFL players, and so I go in there, and they're looking at me like I'm a pork chop, like salivating, and I had to pull the guy who was running the program to the side. I'm like, if I'm not coming here so they can look at my booty and whisper behind my back. Like if they're not here to try and do yoga for real, like
that's
seriously.
Not why you wear the tights.
No, that's not why I'm wearing the tights.
Could have fooled me.
I'm like, they can talk about me when I'm leaving, but I'm like,
so
if
you
I'm
walk backwards?
Class, no, I don't.
I'm just asking. How do you hide your booty? How does that work?
You know,
all right, go ahead. Tell your story. All right, you were getting all serious and deep. Go ahead.
Because it's annoying. Because like I'm not coming here for you to like, you know, like just disrespect me basically as a teacher. I don't know if they do that to white girls, but I felt like,
white girls don't have big booties typically.
Well, that's true. But still, the point I'm trying to make is like it had to be run by them like, okay, you guys, like, so because they're kind of in a sexualized thing because they get it all the time, so they think they can just have anybody.
Men in general over sexualized.
So what you tell me what the solution is. How do I keep, you know, that distance and say like, hey, I'm here for a purpose, not for you to try to figure out how to have sex with me?
Your personal mantra in life, you know, because I'll speak from experience. I'm a kid from the hood. At moment, I don't talk. Yeah, well, I don't talk like it. I don't talk like I grew up on Florence and Hoover and ran from the A trays, played basketball with the Rolling 60s, and you know. But
is that where you're from?
That's where from 8 to like 15. That's where I live. You know, and but my mantra in life was to be Mr. Great Fred Hawthorne, and that entailed me writing books. I had a goal of writing books, wanted to become mayor of Los Angeles, so on and so forth, right? But your mantra in life will tear down people's walls, you know? And what I learned, if I train myself, this is the weirdest thing, but it's also true. I practice working on my demeanor initial interaction. Like I would say if I'm meeting you, Latasha, I would work on my demeanor. I would walk in with a smile and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's sadly and true. We're all manifestations of love, right? Hopefully none of us are created out of rape, but we're all manifestations of love, right?
I should laugh at that.
Why are you laughing at that? That's not funny.
Because I didn't expect you to say
But
that.
it's true. People were born from rape.
I know, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you laughing at rape victims?
No.
All right.
Finish your story.
End scene. So we got 1 minute, and you got me so off track. Where was I?
Manifestations of love.
Yeah, we're all
Not
manifestations of love, so that shouldn't be the issue. But me being black, and I'm alpha male, ultra dog, alpha male aggressive.
Yes.
I had to slow myself down. And even when I went to college, I was 17. I was so aggressive. Like I got like a 1.1 GPA my first semester in college because I was just this alpha aggressive guy.
What does that have to do with you doing your homework?
But I was like pro-black. Like I was like, this white lady can't teach me shit. Like I'm being dead ass honest.
Pro-black does not mean you don't do your schoolwork.
Exactly my point. But I'm 17. I'm on a scholarship. I'm 17, and I'm at a Christian college. I went to Cal Baptist.
Whittier
No,
College?
but a second. I went to Cal Baptist. I got kicked out of Cal Baptist College. And but I was like, first of all, you're throwing the Bible at me. I'm just here to play basketball. That's all I want to do is play basketball and get a C. If I can get a C and play basketball, life is like, ooh, saw like my yoga moments, right? And so that was self-taught to me. So I self-taught myself to disarm white people.
Yes.
So as I got older, I became better at it.
Yes.
And my aggression to likeness meter became more balanced, you know? Because when I was younger, I was mad aggressive, but now it's still, it fluctuates, but there's a better balance now. You get what I'm saying? So we're coming back. Dirty Truth Radio, and I'm going to show Latasha just how aggressive I am over break.
Oh, Lord.
Her and her big booty. I'm going to keep black man booty off me. Hey, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
Add some crazy flavor to your vape pen. You're looking for something new and exciting in liquid vapor? Go to Crazy Cloud's e-juice. Find them at burstoflavor.com and try any of the new 12 flavors they have available. Blueberry, mint, raspberry, chocolate, gummy bear, hemp, watermelon, cola, orange, pina colada, coconut, or red bully. Call us today at 855-WE-BURST or visit us at burstoflavor.com and order yours today.
What's wrong?
I can't stop craving a cigarette. I just quit. Hey, what are you smoking on?
Oh, this? Best e-juice on the planet. Burst of flavor, of course.
What's that?
Only the best alternative to smoking with a great flavor. It has a burst of flavor in every puff.
Well, does it have nicotine?
It comes in different levels, including 0. They have 20 flavors and more coming. All the products are made in the U.S. Check them out at www.burstoflavor.com or call them at 855-WE-BURST.
Hey, let's burst together.
It's not just flavor, it's an experience. Cigarettes, you've met your match.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos Español.
Hi, I'm Alex Alanis.
And I'm Alonso Rodriguez.
And we are Real Estate Rant. Every Wednesday morning between 10 and 11 a.m.
here at the Towers of Rant Radio Network.
No problems, just solutions. Be sure to call in with your real estate problems, rants, questions, or comments, and let us try find you a solution.
Tell us about an experience, good or bad,
and finally bury the hatchet once and for all.
In the world of real estate, find a fresh perspective. There's a lot more than meets the eye.
Help us to ensure the public trust, one rant at a time.
So we're back. Fred and Lulu, we're back on the mic. Can you freestyle? Can you rap?
Sometimes.
You can?
No.
So if I give you a beat? I can't even make a beat.
I
See,
know,
I'm not
like,
black. I'm not black. I'm like a coconut, right? That's what they used to call me when I used to teach. They called me Coconut Fred.
Why? What
because I was white on the inside, dark on the outside. My students used to call me that. They used to call me that and bowling ball head. Because I was
bald.
Yeah, because I was bald, and I started losing my hair, and so I just went bald, right? So that leads me to like my I want a clear and concise interpretation of why do black women wear weaves?
Go ahead.
Why do black women wear weaves? And two, why does it seem like it's more women with weaves than without weaves?
Well, I think that as far as more women with than without, I think that's an LA thing. Because if you go to other cities, that's not really
or a major city thing, would you say?
Well, I'm not even a major city. I think LA is more because I've spent a lot of time in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
Maybe New York probably has maybe a lot of weaves, but in the South. So it just depends on where you are. And I think in LA, a lot of people are in the entertainment industry, and everywhere one wears extensions, even the white women, the Asian, whoever, they all wear extensions. So that's the, but most of the time I think when black women wear weaves because either like they don't want to have that wear and tear on their hair in particular. So if you have the weaves, the tracks or whatever, you can do whatever you want. You can curl it every day.
Is that your hair?
You can. I got some pieces in here.
Okay.
So, or like for fullness, like, you put more hair in it because you want it to be more full, or you're tired of doing your hair. Maybe you work out frequently and you just want to like not be bothered with it for a couple of months. So it doesn't always necessarily mean like I'm trying to look like something other than what I am, but it's just for the functionality of it. And like I said, like maybe they want some fullness or something like that, or a different look without having to actually cut their hair or whatever.
What's the start date, you think?
The start date?
Yeah, because like I said, the picture, that girl was awfully young.
Oh, you mean like
yeah, is there a beginning date where it should and shouldn't happen? Because my follow-up question is if you put a weave in a black woman's hair at a younger age, does that begin the race of insecurities? Does that begin her plight of insecurities?
I don't think that just because you have a weave means you have insecurities, but maybe what you're saying is if you put it in a young person's hair, they think that their hair isn't good enough or something. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think that there's any reason to put a weave in a child's hair, period. Like there's no reason for it.
What age do you consider child?
Under 14.
Under 14, okay.
Yeah, like I don't think there's any reason for it. And then, like, I think only in high school, if she just went, like, if I had a daughter who was like 15 or something, she was like, "Oh, mom, I want to get a weave because I'm playing basketball and or whatever. Like, I mean, it would be based on her reason, but I don't think I would necessarily be opposed to it. But I don't know if I would be encouraged, like, girl, you better put that weave in your head. So it just depends.
Maybe I'm speaking from a male's perspective because when a man goes bald, he feels that there's a slight insecurity in him, right? So, like, he starts seeing the landing strip. Oh, my God, I'm going bald, right? So what they do is they go get their Rogaine, and then if Rogaine don't work, they go get them plugs, or they get the plugs, and it looks too terrible. So then they go get wigs. They get the, what do you call them?
Toupees.
They get toupees, and everyone knows they're wearing a toupee, but they feel more comfortable with everyone knowing they're wearing a toupee as opposed to being bald, right? So from a male's perspective, just our personal beliefs or personal stance on us going bald, we deem that as being insecure. Probably, this is just a greatest guesstimation that I'm giving you, is that they deem that as you all being insecure.
Okay. I mean, like, I guess maybe because I think it's different for men. Even though you do feel insecure about initially going bald, being and just because you wear a weave doesn't mean you don't have hair. As a matter of fact, probably most of the women who I know who wear weaves have like a lot of hair, probably
Really?
because they wear weaves all the time. But the point I'm trying to make is for a woman that they don't always correlate. Like, I'm not wearing a weave because I'm insecure. I'm wearing a weave because I don't want to comb my hair after this. You know what I mean? Or I want to curl it every day if I want to without it falling out. Or I want more length. Or I want it to be fuller. Something like that. Nobody asked Kim Kardashian, like, are you insecure? Is that why you wear, those hair pieces?
Is that? But here's from a male's perspective, though. We want to marry a naturally beautiful woman.
Men always say that.
We
but,
do.
but
No,
all
I'm
the
telling
the
you.
women who they're glorifying, they look like drag queens.
I wouldn't say drag queens, just borderline perfect.
That's what I'm saying, and it's not realistic. It's not the
No,
truth.
no, it is realistic. Oh, it is realistic to get a woman in the 85 percentile.
That's realistic. No, it is. But I'm saying
That's B+.
the women who are glorified for men.
If we're on the bell curve, that's an A.
The women who are glorified for men they usually are thoroughly made up. They're airbrushed. They got lashes on, extensions.
Those are fantasies, not wise.
So I'm just saying. So like even just when you're going out and stuff, these women, like I understand what you're saying, but if you deal with a woman,
I don't think you fully understand. You're rebuttaling me.
I'm sorry. I am not going to just sit here and let you say what you want.
No, go ahead.
So, but anyways, I think that if you're with a woman long enough, then you'll have to see her without her weave.
Yes, but I'm like always have this notion, right?
And a weave, I don't think is going to make that much of a difference. It doesn't change your face.
It changes the texture of your hair. Okay, it smells different.
So
it feels different.
So is texture a deciding factor for natural beauty?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Really?
Natural beauty.
So what kind of texture is not naturally beautiful?
Synthetic, like
No,
created.
no. Okay, so I was thinking that you're saying like it changes the texture, like their own texture is going to be something that you're not going to be comfortable with.
Their physical texture.
The texture of their hair.
It does change. Like
we
know she ain't got no Indian hair.
I think we're talking about something different.
We're talking about two different things.
Yeah,
right?
we're talking about two different things. So go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I forgot what I was going to say. Again, you always do this to me. God damn it. Okay. So you always do. I had like a Picasso / Rembrandt / MLK type of prophetic statement,
you are not
and you
that smart. Okay, I'm tired of you pretending
well
and acting like you are. You ain't.
Okay, so you as a black woman don't believe that we want to marry naturally beautiful women.
I think you, in theory.
Okay, here's I remember what I was gonna say. Rembrandt, see, hair kind of came back to me. So here's what I was gonna say. Here's what I believe black women need to fully grasp and understand. Your ass, your lips, and the texture of your hair is a package deal, right? I believe that we are the trendsetters. Mm-hmm. If you look at pop culture now, let's just look at the most famous 20 to 30 celebrities, white people. Miley Cyrus. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking pop culture. Kim Kardashian. Name some other people.
I think those you're hitting everything.
Those are like the top 2 or 5. Would you say?
Yeah, for sure.
Now look at their acts, how they talk, who they appeal to. So
I'm not disputing you. So get to the point.
The point I'm trying to say is if we say we're going to lead by example, a woman's ass, a woman's leg, black woman, excuse me, I apologize. A black woman's ass, a black woman's lips, a black woman's hair should be in the lead. It shouldn't be Dre's like always. We have a mutual friend. We have a friend, Dre's friend named Neha. She gets asked all the time, "Are you gonna cut your hair? Can I use your hair?" Like, it's your hair. Like I live in the Crenshaw district now, right?
Yeah.
Virgin Indian hair. Like seriously, virgin Indian. No.
Well, I think that like there's been a huge natural hair movement that's been going on in the black community with the women, and I think that it's transitioning to that. Like you're saying, like a lot more women are wearing their hair natural. They are. They even have natural weaves. Like hair that is like, I'm serious. Like, are you talking about? It was like
natural hair weave.
Yes, like
afro.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like afros. Like they'll put tracks so their hair looks like afro, like it's like black people hair. So I think it's coming back around because it's damaging to black people's hair to try to straighten it to look like
it is damaging. Perms are damaging. Straightening your hair, curling it is damaging, right? So why attempt to do it?
I think that in the beginning,
I don't jump off 10-story buildings.
I'm saying in the beginning, as you're growing up, that was the norm of what people would do, and they're thinking that's the way to make it manageable. But when you acquire more knowledge about how to deal with your own hair, then knowledge is power.
Shouldn't that be passed? Shouldn't that be passed on from grandmother to daughter to granddaughter? Like, shouldn't that be passed on?
It should be, yeah.
So why is it in high proportions of black? I live in a major city, and you say we're a city based on vanity, and partly that's true. I mean, if I work out every day, you see my house, you see the car I drive. So I would say not a great deal of my life is based off vanity, but there is a percentage of my life based off of vanity, and I would agree with you. But there are times where I believe you have to be true to your core, and yes, you can wear weaves, but I don't think it should be a staple.
I get what you're saying, but I think that, like I said, for a lot of women, wearing a weave doesn't equate to I'm trying to change who I am.
But on the outside, you may think that, right? And it may be your truth. But to men on the outside looking in, from a superficial, surfacey, see, you are smarter than me. So what'd you say?
I know.
Anyway, so it looks like you're not one with self on the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? And it may not be true. It may be perception, but perception is 9/10 of the law now, you know?
So even if a woman, but you could say that about anything.
You can say that about it, but I'm talking about black women now. I'm talking about
No, but so you're saying a black woman who wears makeup, is she not being true to herself? If she wears a push-up bra, if she wears heels, like that's changing your appearance of who you actually are.
It is.
Why is a weave any different?
That's a great question, and we're going to answer that when we come back. We got 5 seconds, so we're going to come back. I want to answer that question really, really bad. So we're going to come back for our last segment. We got Lulu _Lou 19 at Instagram. That is such a black woman's name. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hello.
No, you said Russian.
I am a black woman.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
ProTech Carpet and Tile Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, and grout. upholstery, and fine area rugs. We aren't just cleaning experts, we are restoration experts. We have saved our customers hundreds or even thousands of dollars on new flooring and upholstery expenses after we restored what they thought was permanent soil and damage. We are professionally trained and certified technicians. We specialize in damage restoration caused by heavy soil, odor, spot removal such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, oil, paint, nail polish, and many more. If you want the best in-home cleaning and professional services, call us today at 562-447-4300. We are ProTech.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural health care services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax-deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru and Butt Knocker from the Sportscast, Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Oh, man. And we're back for our last segment. Shout out to the Miami Heat. They killing the Chicago Bulls right now. 87, 72. I guess D-Rose got some work to do. He ain't ready yet. But it's LeBron James league right now. But anyways, we'll jump back. So you asked me a great question, and I've been biting at the bit to answer this. Can you re-ask that question? I'm going to gladly answer it.
What is the difference between wearing a weave and changing your appearance in other ways, such as makeup, clothes, bras, heels, whatever?
You own it. Real simple. It's yours. Like
you own the weave?
No, you own your hair. You own your hair. So you are responsible for learning how to maintain and grow and nurture your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So clothes is something that come and goes. But you need, from head to toe, you need to know how everything functions and nourish every part of your body. So that's why it has such an effect on men in general. You know, most black men will never say this, but I would say it's in the 75 to 85 percentile. We would prefer a woman without a weave as opposed to with a weave. We acclimate to the temperature of a woman with a weave. But then you got issues with the woman who wears weaves for a long time, like the weight of the weave. No, I'm serious. You're laughing because you know girlfriends that have this problem. They hair fall out and they do something magical on the side of their hair, and I'm coming off as comical, but it's really honest. And we talk about, we say. You know what I'm about to say, but
I don't.
That bald-headed, you know what I mean?
But that doesn't mean she's bald-headed. It really doesn't. And maybe her wearing a weave is the way of her nourishing her hair. Why not?
When you walk into a house, and the first room you walk into the living room and there's no furniture, you like, God damn, this a poor ass family, right? When you see a woman that got a weave with no hair on the sideburns, you like, God damn, this a bald-headed woman. Right?
She probably is bald-headed.
so like,
what if you were dating a woman and you didn't realize she had a weave until like?
Oh, that'll be impossible. No, it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Most men know a woman has a weave or doesn't have. Yeah, they do.
Not
they
true.
Do. Okay.
Did you know Kim Kardashian had a weave?
Yeah, she has some tapes in her hair. Like you can totally tell because it's too full. It's too full. So God don't create heads like that. You know. If so, I wish you would have created me a head like that. I could have my wave and my 360 waves going on, but hey, I got to go bald. So anyway, so I don't want to look like Fred. What's that guy?
Fred Sanford?
No, George Jefferson.
Oh.
See, you're not black.
I'm very black.
You just
I'm from
black
Detroit.
skin.
Whatever.
So learn to understand. So even if you have weaves in your hair, you can't go get the heavy weaves. I'm being. I don't want this to come off as a joke.
No,
because I want to be clear and concise. Like
See,
seriously.
you're right. I want some more believable weaves.
Yeah, I want believable weaves. I want believable weaves. 1 and 2. I want you to understand how much weight can your hair hold because
you said you want me bald on the side.
I don't want her being bald on the side. I don't. I'm being dead ass honest.
Those sides are important.
No,
You're right.
I'm a fan of black women. Like you have no idea.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, but I'm a huge. My mom is black, but I'm a huge advocate of black women. I take offense. I'm being dead on when I'm around a group of black men.
Yes.
And they talk bad about black women. I say, you know what? In addition to we're in this together, but you have to understand the genesis of the black man and black woman's relationship in America. It wasn't together. We were adversaries. So, since energy cannot be broken, it can only be transferred. It manifests itself today in different functions. This is just what I believe.
Yes.
So I don't allow black men to byrate and throw temper tantrums about black women. I allow us to speak truths where, black women are aggressive. And the reason why black women are aggressive is because we are the first minority to step foot on the face of the earth. We were the first Native Indians, but
they weren't dragged here in chains.
Yeah, we were in a capitalist society. We were the first poor civilization.
Right.
So with us being the first poor civilization in America, we have to bump and grind, fight and claw, and crabs in a barrel, right? So with black culture understanding this, we must fully understand that we are in this. It's not even a fight. We are in this journey together. It has to come from a positive connotation. We have to walk this journey together, and there are going to be little battles that we are going to lose with the Rush Limbaughs and Don Imus and hopefully the potential first black female president, one day. But we got to win the war. And the war is black men must embrace black women. Black women must embrace black men. And if you can't marry one, you still must accept them as a whole. I didn't marry one, but I will never, ever, as long as Fred is alive, I will never, ever allow any man to byrate a black woman. That's just how I am. And
so why didn't you marry a black woman? No disrespect to the wife, though.
Okay, the reason why, and I love answering this question, because it's a numbers game, right? My growth, my spiritual growth came when I was in college. So it's a numbers game, right? There wasn't a lot of black women in college. And at my college,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to Alabama A&M, Howard, Southern, and Spelman. But so it's a numbers game. So, and you got to take into account 30 to 40% come to college with a boyfriend, hypothetically speaking. So you only have 60% left, but that's only 10 black women, right? So because the majority are white women, right? Majority are white women and other ethnicities. So it becomes a numbers game. So this is when a black man becomes a professional. Black women get angry, but in theory, it's a numbers game.
But you're not in college anymore. And how you just married your wife how long ago?
No, but we met in college.
I understand.
Yeah, we met in college.
I understand that. But you still, after you got outside of that society, that small college society,
I was in love by then.
So
it's a dirty. It's not really a dirty paradigm. It's just that's where I say, you know what, I'm in love. This is what it is, and I'm gonna grow from this point on. And the connection that we created was unbreakable from that point.
And I'm not opposed to people dating outside their race.
But you never dated outside your race. We had this conversation.
I have not, but that's mostly because of the numbers game. I've had very few people very few non-black men approach me. So there's that. And I'm not aggressive when it comes to men.
You're not aggressive?
No.
Why are you aggressive with me then? Because you don't like me. That's what it is. Basically, because you're just little Fred, right? You're just little.
I'm bigger than you, so I have to be aggressive.
You're not stronger, though.
That's what they all say.
But I think getting back to my point, and you mentioned that it's just when black men become successful, like black athletes, people get mad. Oh my God, this is gonna be the argument, and probably until 2070 when it starts to balance off, and it's gonna take time to balance stuff off. Why does he marry a non-black woman? It's a numbers game.
I think a lot more athletes now I think the athletes that were around like when my father's age, they were all dating, like marrying white women and all this stuff. But I think athletes now, they are back to
because more black women are going to college. There are more black women in college than black men now.
So it's starting. I think that because most of them they're married black to black women.
Yeah, it's growing because we have black women shattering glass ceilings and. For the sake of this argument, we'll call it a glass ceiling, but it's just how much do you believe in yourself? There is no quote unquote glass ceiling. So, but as long as you believe in yourself, you're going to obtain and gain exponential success.
Agreed.
We agree? Oh, shit.
For once, write it down, take a picture.
Someone out there like, damn, they agree?
Who knows what's going to happen again?
She's not calling Fred ignorant or is she smarter than him? But I admit, we're going to have to do a Jeopardy challenge. Me, you. Because y'all are summa cum laude. We're going to have Arvin come in and ask us questions and play Jeopardy because I'm with two summa cum laudes. I'm the dumb. I had I'm proud to say I had a cumulative 2.5 GPA in college. I make no bones about it. But my last year and a half, I had over a 3.0 because I finally got it, But my first 2.5 years, oh, God, only God knows. But I mean, I thank you for having this conversation with me. I don't know if I didn't want to offend you or anything, but I just wanted to.
You didn't.
I really want to have this conversation. I've never had a conversation about black women in depth with a contemporary of mine. I've only defended them. I've had conversations with my mom. But I don't have regular occurrences, interactions with black women because there's no black woman in my home. Now, I mean, as my contemporary.
Yes.
So I have black male friends that I hang out with, but.
Well, now you have a black female friend.
I do? I'm in your circle? No way. Oh, my God. For real?
I'm saying if you need
that
to
means we can
somebody.
just like go eat fried chicken and eat watermelon together?
I love watermelon.
Nah.
But I like it with the spices on it that the Mexican people put on there. So good.
Now you're talking bad about Mexican people?
How's that bad?
So Roselle will be back. There will be the three of us. You're more than welcome to come back anytime.
What are y'all talking about next week? Do you
I don't know. We'll find. Roselle always says be the topic. She's like the queen of like topics, right? So she'll come back next week. We'll have a good time with that. And what's your Instagram?
It's Lou_.
It sounds better coming out of your mouth. That's why I don't have that soft, soothing voice.
Lou_Lou19.
So go to her, add her Instagram. She got some.
No.
Voluptuous. She's very voluptuous, guys.
I have very nice, peachy,
tasty.
Yes,
tasty,
tasteful.
Oh shit!
Not tasty.
She's half naked. Goddamn it! She's half naked. She got a 2-piece bikini on and half her pictures.
Whatever.
Just take the apple bottom jeans off, and she got an apple bottom, and we'll go from there. So our Instagram is Dirty Truth Radio. Our Facebook is Dirty Truth Radio. We got to do better on Facebook. We got to do better on Twitter, but we do. Roselle does a great job on Instagram, and
she does.
She has a little stalker friends that she has, and she's becoming like quite the celebrity.
Isn't
and she's
she?
Yeah, like she's turning bougie on me now. Like she only comes in twice a month now.
Right.
And,
she's like, I don't need to be there.
Like,
it's cool. Whatever.
She's like a slave master. She got us two puppets working for her.
I know y'all here sweating under these lights.
Right.
Shoot.
So we'll be back next week. Again, I appreciate you guys coming in. And Laker game tonight. Who you got? Lakers or the Clippers?
Clippers.
By how many points?
1,000.
Wow. 1,000 points. I'm taking that line.
So
go Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to win tonight by 11. I think the Clippers are going to win by 11, not by 1,000. So we'll come back next week and see if my prediction is true. And thanks for coming in, Latasha. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Dirty Truth Radio. Fred and Latasha.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.